So I've already started to remove some of the casting flash around the manifold, and let's see. So as you can see, some of the casting flash is already kind of gone, and I'm just gonna set the camera down so that you guys kind of get an idea of how I'm removing these casting flash. Here's a nasty one right here, that huge bump, and it goes up to here, and there's a fat piece right here, it's like a nugget. So I've got my safety glasses, and I think we're ready to start grinding another section off of the flash as well, or soon enough. And watch your ears, as this Dremel may be loud for you. That's much better. Just a little bit more, and I think I'm done. Well, aside from this huge overhang, which I'm probably not gonna record that because this is gonna take too long. This is just to kind of show you what I'm doing with this. So pretty much removed some of the casting flash here, and the other side down here also, if you can see that, and some of the casting flash in the bores as well, because these bores are 9 out of 10 times they're not exactly, well, exact. So this side that I was showing you earlier has been cleaned up fairly. It has a small, the air will have to climb just a little bit, but I think it's good enough. This side has a little divot, or actually it has a little protrusion as well, but this side has been cleaned up as well. Now, I think last time I said that I was going to contour the bores down here just a little bit, but the issue here is I could contour these two bores over here because they're very shallow and I can get to them very easily. But the problem is with these sides is the plenum is much deeper. So to recontour these bores, I'd have to really reach in there. Yeah, so if you're looking at it with the reference of my finger, that's pretty deep in the bore, and I don't think I can get a Dremel or a die grinder or anything suitable enough to kind of get down in there effectively, getting to the, what is it, like carving out the inner diameter of the underside of the bore. Now this I can, but honestly, I don't think I really need to be too, I guess, critical on it. You know, but that's kind of rich coming from me, because I thought I could save a little bit more weight grinding out these casting flash. It's probably not, it's not going to matter at all, because this cast iron's, yeah, it's weighs I think roughly 38.6 pounds, so right around 40 pounds. There's a couple sections of metal that may potentially be removed, and I'm looking over here. It's this little jutting edge right here. This can potentially be removed. Do you see that? You can really see that casting boss right there. Down here you have another one. Same story. And you have these areas right here. Right there, center of the screen. And right there, let's see where else, down there, and over here. So I believe I can grind down some of those just a little bit if possible. So, so far this has pretty much what I got on one of the bosses. The other side, the other bosses haven't, or casting flash or casting bosses haven't been touched yet. This is what I've achieved so far. I believe if the manifold, if you draw like an imaginative line, so this entire piece just needs to get removed, unless I should just leave some material here for just some room for error, and just keep grinding away that off, because yeah, it's kind of juts out just a little bit. So we just need to make it pretty much level or perpendicular to this surface here, and that's pretty much thumb thickness of a material that still needs to be removed. And I do notice there's some weight difference already. It's kind of strange, even though I didn't really remove that much material yet. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going. So far I have one side pretty much done on the you know, just grinding off some of the casting flasher and the casting bosses and such. And that huge square looking piece that jutted out on this center part of the manifold is now smoothed down, as you can see. And these areas have been smoothed down also, as these parts had like this little square looking pieces, kind of like this. I tried my best to kind of contour these corner pieces right into the manifold, so it kind of smooths out nicely. I mean, I know that there's no performance gains here aside from removing the metal, but it's more, my OCD just doesn't allow it. I just have to make it, you know, like have a flow to it, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I'm very pleased with this. And this section here, I'm leaving some material here because I don't exactly know where it cuts into the manifold. And let's see. This is my high-tech tool where I try to figure out where the hollow portions and the portions that has a lot of material. So you can kind of tell how much material is left depending on which part of the manifold you smack. So that's hollow, so you don't want to grind in there. So that's a little bit less hollow. Sounds more solid. That's kind of in the between. Yeah, but there is a lot more material I could remove here, if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of juts out just a little bit, but I kind of wanted to leave some room for error just in case. So let me set you down so I can show you what the manifold looks like from a different portion or perspective. I do notice that it is slightly lighter weight. Like, I couldn't carry this manifold with two hands like I just did. So this is looking at it from the top portion. Yeah, honestly, I'm quite pleased with this. You can't really see this side because it's underneath. Yeah, right up there. And it is not aesthetically pleasing having a shiny portion of the manifold showing, but I'll probably paint it or cover it up with some kind of, I don't know, some kind of paint. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I got going so far. The only side that is missing is this side. This side has less work to be done though. See this? I believe I have some old footage somewhere in my files, archives and such. You can really see that casting boss right there. Down here you have another one. Same story. But this piece on the center manifold over here on this side was jutting out a lot more than this side. So this is the shorter portion. So this should be pretty fast to get rid of. Yeah, not much material you have to remove, but then again, I'm going to be removing some, or leaving some material for room for error. So then again, there's nothing much to be done over here aside from this, that, and just a little bit of this. And this is going to be very interesting to see how much weight I was able to shave off. Probably a couple grams, but, or maybe a pound, I don't know. But, you know, if you did watch Uncle Tony's Garage's video, or Uncle Tony's video, he shaved, I believe he said he shaved off 3 pounds off of the Slant 6 head. And so, you know, that kind of got me pretty psyched up seeing how much weight I can shave off of this intake manifold. I mean, intake manifold and a head, it's two different separate things, but the basic rule kind of applies here. Making stock parts work even better is so, you know, I kind of like that. And don't worry, while I was grinding all this metal off, I had my safety glasses on. And going loud. Also, I'm using a stone bit also. I like to finish it up with, let's see, where is it? I think it's this piece right here. It's like a 32 grit sanding disc. And I believe, there it is. I'm using this to kind of finish off some of the rough portions. So far I think this is what I'm going to be rolling with. I don't really want to go too much farther than this, as this runner here, if you can see this. It's very close onto this kind of potentially you're going to be grinding into here. So that's pretty much the reason why I can contour these edges out like that, is because there's just a stupid amount of material here. Yeah. It's pretty crude measurement, but yeah, that's how much material that is in here. So I can contour it out until it's pretty much level with this. I think we're gonna get started on that and this next. And I'm probably gonna gasket match the runners here. Same thing on the head. Let's see. Yeah. So gasket matching and porting is very different things. You're not hogging out the entire runners or anything like that, or the roof or the plenum or anything like that. Or the runners, excuse me, not the plenum. You're not hogging out the runners in the manifold, as versus with manifold, or I mean the gasket matching. You're just matching up the bores of the runners here to the head, which that's something to think about. Is when I am going to be gasket matching the head also, I'm not going to take off the head. It doesn't have any you know, it doesn't have any leaks on the head gasket, so I'm going to leave it as is. But you may be wondering, well, how am I going to gasket match the head without getting any metal shavings inside the engine? Simple. Remove the rocker shaft, because that's all preloading the lifters and push rods. putting pressure onto the valve stems, and the valves are open on some of the cylinders. So that's my thing to get around that potential issue is, without metal shavings falling into the engine, is take out the rocker shafts on both sides, and then all the valves are closed, and then I can start gasket matching the head also, and then pretty much get it so that it's pretty much flush with these runner bores also, or these runners also. So that's my plan on what I have. I don't really intend to take off the head anytime soon because, well, it doesn't have any valve recession or anything like that. Yeah, 516 head castings for the Chrysler big blocks, they have kind of like a natural hardened valve seats in a way, because their metallurgies are very different. Because I've owned a car for maybe 7 years, and I look at the valves from underneath, take a borescope camera inside the spark plug, and I was look at the valves, and there's no valve recession, so I don't really think that 516 head castings need any hardened seats at all. It's just hardened with the heat and the cycle, really, the heat cycle. Anyway, I digress. So I think I'm done with this corner right here, or this casting boss right here. It's not exactly like this. I really like this, how it just contours this runner. This one's more flat in a way, and a little bit bumpy, if you can see that. But this is the last boss I'm gonna start grinding down, and once I'm finished with that, we're gonna most likely port it, or I mean, gasket match both sides, and then we're gonna take it to the scale and see how much weighs now. You know, not expecting much, but probably maybe a pound, you know, something like that.